Exclamation, everybody, and welcome back to Season 2 of LiveCraftMine. We are back on the server. It has come earlier than expected. We actually Jonesy decided to have the server start up with the latest snapshot rather than wait for 1.8 to come out, which is fine and dandy. I hope you guys have been checking out some of the other LiveCraft miners along the way as well. I was on last night with Kazua, and he's left links on the LiveCraft Mine subreddit to the video that we recorded, about 20 minutes or so, up and around here. And as you can see, he's actually moved in over there on that mountain there, which is awesome. So we're going to sort of do a little bit of a building stuff together here a little bit, and we've got we've got tons and tons of signs now everywhere. It's pretty funny, and also down here we have some signs. I just wanted to show these signs off before the McDonald's one was mine, by the way. Before I destroy them, so that I can build what I'm building here. And so what's my plan for this season? What am I doing other than trying not to get killed with the sun about to set here? So I am about 350 blocks or so away from spawn, so it's not that far. It's about 5 minutes maybe, I would say, to get from spawn to here. And I've been doing a bunch off camera here. Do I have enough cobblestone? Nope, I don't. That's all right. We do not have a shortage of cobblestone. So what are my plans for this season? You may ask, and while you ask, and while I attempt to answer, I will attempt to also do some building here. We'll see how successful I am at that. I want this to be, so this is all odd numbers, so I should be able to even some things out here, so to speak. So if I do that, and then that, and then we'll see what this brings me. I'm gonna need some stone here. So I've been working a little bit off camera, trying to get prepared for this season. Oh, these are already stone bricks. I thought that said stone for some reason. Trying to get prepared for a season. That's why I've been a little bit behind everybody else as far as getting the new videos out. I feel like this has got to go over one more actually, because of how I'm going to do the base. So let's do. Oop, that's not the way I wanted that. You'll notice I have no shortage of diamond tools this season, and that is because I have several. Well, I have one ravine near here where I've set up some things, but I also have I've had some very good luck finding diamond. I went down. I have beginnings of a strip mine that I've been doing. So the resources have been flowing pretty well for a change of pace. Now I want to try something here. I want this to be a wraparound. Now can that? Oh, it does work. Okay. Okay, very good. That is what I was going for. Although it should be back one more actually. Which I think will throw me off as far as yeah, that will kind of throw me off as far as numbers go, actually. I think so. Put that there, and then put this here and this here. But then I need another row of blocks out here, which actually probably isn't that terrible, although I'll need it on the other side as well. So that would actually, yeah, that would actually even it out anyway, because the other side, because this is odd, so adding 2 more would be another odd number. I know a little bit about math. Just a little bit. I'll just fill this in with I don't know if I'm going to have cobblestone here or not. I just put it down as a nice little base. So my plans for this season. Not going to do a farmhouse, at least not initially, or at least not on the scale that I was doing last season. I will have a few builds this season that I'm going to do on a larger scale. Although my focus really is going to be on trying to get, well, A, trying to get things done for one thing, but B, trying to get a little bit more as far as detail goes. So where did I put this at in relation to the main pillar here? I went 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. And as far as themes go, 2, 3, and 4. All right, and 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. As far as themes go, if you watch the video with me and Kazua talking, I was sort of looking at a lot of Lord of the Rings stuff. So, you know, Minas Tirith and Rohan in particular, because I have lots and lots of wood. I should actually probably describe where the hell I'm at, because you haven't seen much right now. This caught my attention as I was running away from spawn, from all the monsters when I first logged on. This area caught my attention because it's this great little, well, I wouldn't say little, but a great grand valley here. And it goes on for quite some distance there. You can't see my nether portal. It's just off in the unloaded chunks there. But, and I actually just linked that up just prior to recording here. I actually linked that up correctly in the nether, so I'm not linked to somebody else's portal anymore. But my idea here, as you can see, I've started a little farm, is to, first of all, chop all these trees down, which is why I have a ton of wood already. This is not, there were far more trees than what you already see here. I've got almost a double chest full of different various woods. Plus, I've got a nice diversity here. I've got some spruce over there. I've got the pine. I've got, I went out exploring way out to the north. I found where Puka has set up shop, which, by the way, he's the only other one on right now. And look at this guy, 602 mob kills, for crying out loud. Holy crap, man. That, by the way, is another change. We're not tracking player deaths. We're tracking mob kills now. And I'm at 140, so I have a lot. I have quite a distance to go to catch up with these guys. And for some reason, my ping is weird. But anyway, so yeah, way off in that distance, off to the north there, was Puka's area. I went exploring in my normal Friday live stream and found the desert that he has settled in. So I have a little bit of glass, but not a whole lot. I need a much closer desert, because that one's 1,000 blocks away, and it's quite the hike. But I saw some of the new mobs as well, some of the new fishies, along with the ocean biome, with the ocean, whatever the hell they're calling it, the ocean explosion, or whatever it is, underwater, with where all the fishies reside, and has the gold block. And I didn't have any armor, so I couldn't take any of them on. By the way, the fish, I did get hit by them. They took a heart and a half of damage I took from them with no armor on. So I'm guessing that's the thing. That's how much damage they do. And then this, I better leave this here, because actually, yeah, I want to measure this out too, because I want this to be 4, right? Try to make these even, I think. 1, 2, 3, and then 4. Yeah, I think it would be okay to make these even. Even though this is not even, this is a rectangle, but you know, I think it'll look still okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. All right, and I'm gonna have to fill this in as well, which may end up making this whole thing odd, but well, kinda. Well, no, I guess not, or even I meant, but no, it'll still be odd. The outside here is not really going to be part of the building that I'm building. Oh man, I got so much so much on my mind, so many things I got to talk about, and I'm not intending on making this a very long episode, so I'm probably going to cut myself off short here at some point and just say goodbye. But I need to get some of these thoughts out. They are trapped in my brain. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, let me just count this out. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Good. All right. Now I can talk some more, hopefully. So as I was rambling on here, my theme for my builds is going to be sort of a Lord of the Ringsy thing, but I'm not going to do the typical Lord of the Rings stuff. It's not going to be, I'm not going to put down signs that say like this is Minas Tirith and this is that and this is that. Those have been done to death. I have no desire to tread upon the ground that so many others have tread upon. However, I did look at them for some inspiration, because I want to do I'm trying to figure out what style I want to do stuff in, and I sort of want to do it in that style, the Lord of the Rings style, but with my own, my own take on it. So what I'm trying to do here as we speak, or as I attempt to speak, is this is going to be sort of the grand entrance. And since I have so much wood, I thought, hey, you know what? I'm collecting so much wood, maybe I should go look at pictures of Rohan from the Lord of the Rings, the area from, I believe, the Two Towers, and I think it was also featured in the third movie as well. And because that was all, that was completely made out of wood. So I thought, like, hey, if they could do that completely out of wood, then obviously there's something there I need to learn. So that is why I looked at that particularly. And then I start looking at some of the other areas that I remembered from the movies, just to get additional styles for how I wanted it to be. And my goal is to sort of combine all these various styles and come out with something that is at least somewhat unique. Whether or not it actually is unique is another story altogether. Now, how tall should I make this? I feel like it's got to be epic. I can always make more planks here, or logs. I have the saplings necessary to do it. Let me just go up 2 more here on each of these and see what that looks like, because I want to put a topper on it just like the bottom here. So what this area is going to be is this is going to be sort of the welcoming area, or if I have my way about it, the only way to get into the valley. We'll see if that's actually true or not. But the idea here is that I'm going to have grand staircases. The grand staircase here, as you see, I've started to plan it out a little bit. It'll probably branch off somehow here, because I want to keep these mountains mostly intact. I'm going to do some landscaping and whatnot, because these are not going to look quite right. But I do want to keep these relatively intact whenever I can. Some of the natural beauty. And then over here, the same thing. This will just be a path that leads out to here, which then I have to build this up and do some things here and have these steps go all the way down into the valley, where there will be a city of some sort, or a village, or some semblance of that. I intend on making it like having a whole area that's just farmland and all kinds of things, but I need to clear out all these trees first of all, so I can see what I've got, and then probably do some terraforming, but I'm not gonna do too much unless it really looks like it needs it. And then for up here, so the idea is you would come in from out here, you come up the grand staircase, and then you'd have to walk through here, which will be the Great Hall, or the Welcoming Hall, or whatever the hell I'm going to call it. I'm going to call it a Great Hall for right now. And then in order to get into the valley, you have to walk through this hall and then come out this way. The other 2 points of egress here, this way, this bridge here, as is indicated by one of these signs, is just temporary. This was just so that Kazuo could get back and forth to his little hut over here that he's made. He's also got a super secret staircase down here that leads him down to the bottom, as well as a nice little water slide. This is going to be replaced with a wall, and I started to look at like images of the Great Wall of China and whatnot, because I kind of want to do something like that, but obviously with my own twist, my own sort of fantastical twists of might and fantasy across here. And I'll probably keep it at this level so that it doesn't interfere with anything over there. We'll just get rid of this and have it be stone most likely, and then I'll have to do like, you know, the supporting beams and whatnot. And then the same thing over this side, although over this side it might contour a little bit more to meet the land as it goes around. And it feels like, for some reason, it feels like I'm at like 5 chunks here, but I actually am set to my normal, right? Video settings. Yeah, I'm at 12 chunks. So I don't know why it feels like it's a lot less than that. But I guess you know what it is. I'm up so high that I'm getting the fog. The fog has moved in. I liked this mountain in particular because, as you can see, it's naturally above the cloud level. When I came up to here initially, there were clouds covering it, and it looked really epic and cool. And I thought that would work to my advantage as we're working on this building. And I want to focus some more on the details as well. I'm thinking of having, you know, a little bit more detailed build than I generally do, which means I'm going to be sweating a lot of the small stuff. And probably a lot of these videos are going to be just me chatting a little bit while I try to do some of this small stuff. Do I have more? Yes, I do, because I did not finish this. So if you're expecting tons and tons of progress on each of these videos, well, you already know that I tend to not make a whole lot of progress, although I tend to do a lot of it off camera. I probably, since I'm going to be doing a lot more detail work in these builds, probably not going to make as much progress even as I used to be doing. So yeah, that's the thing. I'm just going to try to prepare you. Ooh, that's not what I want to put there. Just going to try to prepare you guys for that right now, because that's probably going to be the case. Another thing that I have running for this season that I want to do is I'm going to try to dig into some more automation. So that means mob farms, which I actually have a very rudimentary one set up down in my down below here in the mines, and smelting using the hoppers and stuff like that, and automatic sorting systems and things of that nature, things that may require some redstone. I've been collecting some redstone just in case, which it sounds like I'm going to need it. And just doing that a little bit, because I want to. I feel like that's a big part of the game that I always neglect because it's frustrating. Which is a hilarious thing to say, you know, as a programmer, that I find redstone frustrating, even though I know hardware gates, and that's pretty much all it is, hardware logic. It's still, when I sit here trying to figure things out, I'm like, you know what, it would be so much easier if I could just write it in Java and be done with it. 2 lines of code, done. You know, not 500 hoppers and all this other, rigmarole. So over here, is this going to be the height that I want? I think perhaps. I think it might be. I'm not sure. I think I might want them to go up one more level, which I don't have any more of that left, so I'll just top it off with dirt for right now, and we'll just get the stone bricks in place. Oh, that is not the way that is supposed to go. So, what are we doing on time? Okay, we're 20 minutes, so I should wrap it up at some point here. But let's have a little chat, because I haven't been able to chat with you guys except in Cube Ramblings, and I've been I've been running out of time at the end all the time when I want to. I have so many topics I want to talk about that I end up simply running out of time. I am doing them completely wrong here, and I don't manage to get to everything. And then the things that I have, the topics I want to talk about, are time sensitive. So, for instance, I want to. There's all these summer sales going on. For instance, what am I doing? Oh, that did not quite work out the way I had hoped, and neither did that. So I hope you guys have been collecting some nice swag. Oh, Puka's off. See ya, Puka. I've been busy. I haven't done much with haven't done much on Steam as far as getting into the Steam sales. There hasn't been that much that I really wanted on Steam yet. Most of the stuff that I've been looking at on Steam is just, early access stuff, and there's no real reason for those to be on a Steam sale. Although I did see Pixel Piracy was on a Steam sale, which was interesting and a half. But there are a few others too. But I already have that game, so I don't need to do that. But yeah, I think the only thing I did on Steam, if I remember correctly, was I believe I got The Witcher 2, and did I get the Witcher 1 as well? I don't remember. I think I only did The Witcher 2, because I think that was the one that was on sale and it caught my attention. I noticed that The Witcher 1 was on sale, but I don't think I actually purchased it. I actually don't remember at this point. But I've never played that game, and I keep hearing that it's just awesome and terrific. So I thought, yeah, why don't I do my thing here and try and play it, or at least look at it. I have no idea when I'll ever get around to playing it, but I can at least take a look at it and see if it's something that I would enjoy. As far as RPGs go, yeah, that's actually not that bad. That's a good height, I think. So that height is good. I just need to replace that dirt with wood logs. I need to get all the rest of these up to speed as well with wood logs. And I have all this other oak wood and stuff. I was debating whether to use these or use the oak wood, but then I think these look good as a, hey, this building has been up forever and a day, and then the other woods will be good for filling in the actual building itself, because this is just going to be sort of an overhang roof, and then the building itself will be in the center here. So I think that's what the way I'm going to go with that. And let's get down here, down to our little area, and get a sleep on, since we're the only ones on the server now, just in case, just before Jonesy jumps back on again. He's been on and off a little bit. Oh, and I can show off before we end this episode. I'll show off what I've been doing down below, since I'm down here now. And you can see the ridiculousness I am as far as trying to automate stuff. Let's get some food. The food situation is going to be very interesting. I've noticed that the food bar isn't going down as quickly as it used to, which is good. We are, by the way, I mentioned this a little bit earlier, we're in the latest snapshot, but as far as the latest snapshot goes, for us right now, it's 14W25B is what the server's on. This Enderman here. I don't know if I should take this guy on or not. Hey guy, stop trampling my crops, damn it. Now where did he go? I need an ender pearl too, but that guy is not going to cooperate. So as getting back to my topic that I've been wanting to talk about, I've been chomping at the bit to talk about, the summer sales. I have been picking up lots and lots of games on GOG. GOG had a terrific summer sale for a guy like me that likes older games. For instance, I remember I've told you, I've mentioned this earlier episodes of Cube Ramblings. And of course I mention this all the time in other videos. Big fan of the Wing Commander games, and I actually started to play through Wing Commander 3 just on my own before I started my channel, and got really bummed out because I had DOSBox all set up and everything else, and I got really bummed out because I went to switch to I think CD3 in the game. It was a 4 CD game, and I went to grab the CD out of the jewel case, and it just cracked right in half, just tore me to pieces, right? But I went on GOG here, and I just could not resist the urge. It was $20 to get the entire Wing Commander saga, and I'm not talking the game Wing Commander Saga. There was actually a game called Wing Commander Saga that had several of the games, but not all of them, because it came out before before some of the later ones were released. This one literally had all the Wing Commanders: Wing Commander 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is Prophecy. It also had Wing Commander Academy, which I had never played, and it's basically just a simulator game. It was one that was made between, I think, Wing Commander 2 being made and Wing Commander 3 being made as a way to hype up Wing Commander 2, or maybe it was 1 and 2 as a way to hype up 2. One or the other. And Armada, which I have never played either. That's another one that was sort of in between two versions of Wing Commander, just to sort of hype up what's coming up next. And Privateer, which I still have my original disc for as well. And Privateer 2, which I had never bought before and I never played. So I'm very curious to start playing that. As you can see down here, I've started my strip mine, the very, very beginnings of a strip mine. But up here, I found a ravine that I broke into. And here's where I'm starting to do some of my automation stuff. Now, you remember from last season, I had my wall of furnaces where I just kept putting lava in here. Well, I've upgraded the wall of furnaces, the wall of Ferni, and okay, there he goes. That's good. I'm glad they're dying instead of surviving. I had to fix that a little bit because they were surviving. Oh, that guy survived. That's a problem. That is a problem. I guess I don't know how he lands that he does that, but every once in a while a creeper will survive there. And the last one that survived blew the whole thing up that I had over there. But then some of them die. And they're not all hitting the hoppers either. I'll probably have to push this down one more level, because it looks like when they hit the hoppers here, it's still too high. The creepers anyway. The other ones are dying quite easily. I'll just throw these in here. I wonder why that's not feeding into there. Oh, you know what? None of them hit the hoppers. That's a problem. That's why they're not feeding in there. Slightly off, but I'll talk about that in a minute. Let me talk about this right here. Picked up a little something from some videos here where you can just put a chest up here with a hopper feeding down into the furnace. That keeps scaring me. I keep thinking that they're going to survive one. And you see it's feeding down into this furnace, which I just put lava into, and then all the results of it are coming out into the chest. So I'm getting the stone through this hopper into the chest. This is oh, that was okay. Those were two baby zombies. This thing's actually working fantastically for some reason. I've been on here for a couple hours now, and this was not working at all. Not at all. Now suddenly it's working like a charm. I guess because it's daytime outside. That's the other problem, is that I think I have to light up the I haven't lit up the world above it, so it's not as efficient as it could be. Plus, it's very janky. So this is the setup I've got going here. So I have upgraded my life slightly with whatever iron I could find. Still trying, not as much iron as I had gotten last season quite as easily, but it's doing its thing, and this is doing its thing as well. I'm making progress. Still, I've only been on here for about, this is only the third or fourth time I've been on since the server was refreshed. So I'm actually making some very good progress given that information. So if I come up here now, you'll see my very rudimentary mob spawner / dropper. I wanted to, so obviously I could make a decent one if I put my mind to it. But instead I've opted to, I wanted, my limitation here was I wanted to fit it, yeah, it's slightly off. I wanted to fit it into this ravine here. So what I've done is I've gone up as high as I can in that section of the ravine. I actually probably should move it over there because that's a little bit more wide open, but I did it here because I didn't want to try to build something over lava. And I've got the workings of it up there. Do I have the blocks to get up there? I think so. And it's just your typical, you know, your typical mob grinder. There's nothing too fancy about it. Nothing too fancy smancy. It's just, if I can peek my head in here without falling. See, I've got signs set up here. I think I might have just broken a sign as well. Did I? No, the sign's on that side, right? I put signs on this one side. It's all dark up here. It's just a dark room. Mobs can spawn and then walk over the edge. I think the problem is that, see, I put the signs over there. I guess the mobs are still, I guess that works both ways, I hope. I hope it works both ways, where the mobs will walk off on this if they spawn over here as well as over there. Hopefully that works the way I think it does. If not, this whole thing's for naught, which, to be honest, I kind of figure it's not going to be the most beautiful thing that's ever happened to the server. That's for damn sure. But I wanted to at least dabble in it. I've never done anything like this really ever, honestly. I know the principles of it. I know the principles of the dark room and the spawning and all that stuff, but never really tried to do it. And furthermore, I want to eventually, once I eliminate some of this lava down here, I want to have that be an actual item sorter. So as the mobs drop down, it goes into the hoppers, and then all the individual drops get sorted out into appropriate storage areas rather than all into one. Oh, I hear a skeleton. Is he up in the? Is he up in the dropper, or is he down here? Oh, yeah. See, there's still, yeah, that creeper spawned over there. There's still some dark areas I need to flush out, and there's actually a lot of dark areas over there that I didn't even notice before. There might even be a cave over there. Now that I look at it again. So yeah, long way yet to go on this one. But I thought it'd be kind of cool to do. So again, it's going with my theme of trying to automate as much as I possibly can this season. Or automate as much as I feel that I can automate. So I might do some of those piston doors and stuff like that. I have an idea for a wheat, a wheat system that would automatically flush every couple days, so that I, flush all, dispense water and then flush all the wheat down, all the grown wheat down into hoppers, and then I'll see this. I don't know if this is going to work or not, but I've seen the villagers, the farmer villagers, actually go replant stuff in a village. And I don't know if they'll do that outside the context of a village, or if they need, if they'll do it on their own or what. Because I'm hoping that if that's the case, like if I can get a villager to replant my crops for me, at least the wheat, then I've got pretty much a fully automatic farm at that point. But I don't know that anybody's done it before, which leads me to believe that it's not doable. So we'll see. Especially for me, it may not be doable. But I want to take a look at it and try it. Obviously, I'm going to try doing more in survival and not planning things out in creative. Because I get kind of tired of creative after a while. It just doesn't. I don't like how limiting it is in some cases. Believe it or not. So that's, I'm going to be doing a lot of trial and error just straight here on the server, and failing miserably and loving every moment of it. And hopefully you guys too will love every moment of my failure. Otherwise, my channel has no has no promise of success ever, or no chance of success. If you're looking for someone who's actually good at things. All right, I think, yeah, we're running a little bit long. I didn't want to run this long. I wanted it to be a little bit shorter than this, but I needed to sort of get you guys caught up on all my thoughts and what I am up to and what I've been doing. So let's head back to our little shack area here, and let me reset the time. Try to do that whenever I'm on here by myself. Hey guys. Don't shoot me. Ow. Ow. That hurts. Hurts my pride. Oh, let's see if I can... I don't think it's going to let me sleep with all these mobs around, but let's see what happens. Oh, it did. All right. Excellent. Cool beans. Cool beans. All right. Well, that will do it for this episode. The first episode of Season 2 of LiveCraftMine from my channel. LiveCraftMine will be back onto its normal schedule now that we have the server up and running, and I've got my feet wet. So it is Wednesday nights and Sunday nights, or I'm sorry, Wednesday mornings and Sunday mornings, because everything's in the morning now for me. So 10:30 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time for all my videos, for these videos. I gotta stop saying things. I just gotta say goodbye. Thanks for watching, everybody. I will see you next time.